Today we're making my grandmother's famous molasses cookies. The only problem is I only have a 1/4 cup measure and a 1/4 teaspoon measure. I will need to convert the amount of ingredients into equivalent fractions with a 4 for the denominator in order to tell how much I need to add. Let's first look at how much Crisco, sugar, and molasses I'm going to need. I'm going to need 1/2 cup for each Crisco, sugar, and molasses. So let's write 1/2. Now we need to get our denominator to become a 4. So we need to multiply it by something, and it needs to be a fraction because what we do to one side we must do to the other. So let's multiply it by 2 because 2 times 2 equals 4. And we do to the bottom, we must do to the top. So 1 times 2 is 2. So we're going to need 2/4 cups or 2 1/4 cup each. Next, let's look at the raisins. Our fraction has a 4 in the denominator, so we don't need to convert this one. It's simply 3 times 1/4 cups of raisins. Next, let's look at our sour cream. We have 1 cup of sour cream that we need. So we have 1/1 because that's a whole number, and we're going to multiply that by another fraction. We need a 4 in the bottom, so 1 times 4 equals 4. And what we do to the bottom we must do to the top, and 1 times 4 is 4. So we will have 4 times 1/4 cup of sour cream. Next is our flour. We have a mixed number for our flour, 2 1/2 cups. Let's first turn this into a improper fraction. 2 1/2 also equals 2/2 plus 2/2 plus 1/2, because this is 1, 2, and 1/2, and that will give us 5/2. Now we still need to make our denominator a 4, so let's multiply it, and 2 times 2 equals 4, and what we do to the bottom we must do to the top, so 5 times 2 is 10. So we need 10 times 1/4 cup of flour. Next is our teaspoon measure. We need to take our 1/4 teaspoon measure for each of these: the cinnamon, the ginger, and the baking soda. So we have 1/1 because it's 1 whole teaspoon, and we need to use a 1/4 cup measure, or 1/4 teaspoon measure. So 1 times 4 equals 4. 1 times 4 equals 4. So we will need 4 1/4 teaspoon of each. And finally we have our cloves, which is already in 1/4, and 1/4 equals 1/4. So that's our measurements for our molasses cookies.
You're a falling star, you're the getaway car, you're the line in the sand when I go too far. You're the swimming pool on an August day, and you're the perfect thing to say. And you play it coy, but it's kinda cute. Oh, when you smile at me, you know exactly what you do. Baby, don't pretend that you don't know it's true, 'cause you can see it when I look at you. And in this crazy line. You're every word, you're everything. You're a carousel, you're a wishing well, and you light me up when you ring my bell. You're a mystery, you're from outer space, you're every minute of my everyday. And I can't believe that I'm your man, and I get to kiss you, baby, just because I can. Whatever comes our way, I will see it through. And you know that's what all love can do. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you, you make me sing. You're every line, you're every word, you're everything. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you, you make me sing. You're every line, you're every word, you're everything.